Ah, welcome back. I did a little bit of off-screen leveling. And by a little bit, I mean I hit the next level, despite having a fractal of an XP bar.
Vamos, let's go. Ella.
Eee, horsey. Alright, well, now that we've hung out with, Bressida, or the... Whoop, hello. Oh, you have big health. Jesus. This was maybe a mistake. Nope. There we go. That's what I want to see. Oh no, I died. This time I won't attack the random bounty hunter. Fine.
Need help with something, friend? I know you killed the monger, you home-wrecking malacas. I don't understand why you're so upset. The monger was running Corinthia into the ground. Who cares about Corinthia? I care about my own fucking life that you've ruined. He was going to marry me. Me! How many chances do you think a Netera gets in a lifetime?
Okay. Sure, I don't know what was going on with that, but apparently I should have lied. Whoop.
There you are. I can take you in to see the kings when you're ready.
Waiting won't make
Let's
this
party.
Then let's go. Your mother's already inside.
Yeah, you know, just having a spear fight in the throne room. Don't mind us.
easy. Where are the kings?
There. What do you see now?
You've made your point, Archivamos. I hear.
Another 2 squadrons to Viatir, as I said.
Some fun things happening over on
Is that how
Boeotia.
they solve arguments?
Sometimes.
Archivamos's guard has improved. He should thank me.
Brasidas, you've come with news. Let's hear. My kings, may I present Marini, descendant of Leonidas
Hey, hi, what's up?
and her daughter Cassandra. How dare you show your face in Sparta? Cassandra helped me secure Corinthia, my king. She helped with the Ilotes rebellion. They want what's best for Sparta. I beg you to listen.
Let's hear
Let me
what they
back
have to
our
say
house.
before we bloody the palace floor.
Dicks.
Speak, Marini. Why are you here?
I have returned to reclaim my Spartan citizenship. To reclaim our home.
You exiled yourself. Your daughter killed an elder and ran.
Not to mention the crooked nose she gave you.
My family was betrayed, my king. Sparta was betrayed. We've come to expose these traitors.
You haven't cared for Sparta for many years.
Your elders had
Bitch.
both her children thrown off a cliff. They tore our family apart. Cassandra, not here. But the minute she thought Sparta was in danger, she came back. She brought us both back to help. How dare you accuse her of not caring?
I've heard your grandfather couldn't control his temper either. Marini has made her intentions known. What
I want my house back, dick.
My intentions are to hunt down those who betrayed my family and Sparta, and kill them.
And who exactly do you think betrayed Sparta?
That's what I'm here to find out.
First, prove yourself loyal. Bring glory to Sparta, and redeem yourself in the eyes of the gods. Until then, neither you nor your mother have a right to your lands.
Tell me what I must do, and it will be done.
The Spartan army fights the Athenians in Boeotia. Join the commanders there,
I guess we're gonna go to Boeotia as well.
or do not return.
Consider the battle won.
Spoken with the confidence of a child who hasn't seen real war.
Now I got a sick
You will
eagle
find my
friend.
commander out of Mount Helicon. Give him this and tell him I sent you.
Not so fast. 2 kings, 2 tasks.
Heracles completed 12. 2 shouldn't be a problem.
Hercules.
First Spartan thing you've said all day.
The Olympics will be starting soon in Elise, and our fighting champion requires an escort.
You want me to be an escort?
Yeah.
I want you to make sure the Spartans return with a wreath.
That's how she'll bring glory to Sparta? By winning an event in the Olympics.
Not an event, my king. By making sure Sparta wins the entire Olympics.
Perfect.
You have your orders. We'll see
Just-
you when your
oh.
tasks are completed.
If they're completed.
I'll get them done. And you'll give us back our home.
There's some Spartan left in you after all.
Give me back my house.
Next. head on your shoulders. Yes, I'd say it went very well.
The kings were generous to give us a second chance.
And all I have to do is win the Olympics.
And a war.
Is there anything you need to know before setting off?
Hey, which one of them is the cultist?
So one of these tasks is surely a trap. But which one?
Brasidas?
Wouldn't say that within earshot of the palace. But I fought with both of them. I can't believe either is a traitor.
We need to find proof before we make any accusations. Keep your eyes open.
I think I'm ready. And you? What will you do while I'm gone?
I received a message just before we went in.
What kind of message?
A clue to the whereabouts of another cultist. I'm going to Arcadia.
Alone?
Hella
The
cool.
fates are smiling on us. I was ordered there. We can travel together.
That would be helpful. My thanks.
I'll meet you both in Arcadia then. Safe journeys.
Right, we got a whole bunch of new quests coming up. We can go to Arcadia, we can go to the Olympics, or we can go to Boeotia. We're gonna start with Boeotia, I think. That makes... I think technically you're supposed to start with the Olympic stuff, but the Boeotia stuff is relatively short compared to the Olympics. Olympics are a little involved, and there's some additional mechanics put into that. But away we go. Hello. Oh, nope. Too far away. And again, notice how I teleported back to a region I'd already been to get close to one of these story quests, which is not a thing that would happen in Origins. Deer. Goats. That one got. going to finagle our way this way to hit up potentially the first viewpoint in Boeotia. Just climb that normal map, Cassandra. Land of Perpetual War does not sound like a place that I would want to hang out. Alternately, it sounds like a Kino's Journey place. Ugh. I'm yawning, despite not really having that long of a day. I could call my horse, but, like, look at all these mountains. I don't think my horse would be very useful. Anyway, let's go hang out with the Spartan Polemarch. Surely nothing bad will happen. I wonder who this Polemarch could be.
I'm looking for
Oh, crap.
Stentor?
Oh, my face. Dick. First Malakah of the stream.
You idiot.
Also very worthwhile Malakah.
King Archidamos of Sparta sent me to aid you in securing the region.
This is how much he trusts me. He puts faith in a fucking mercenary.
Maybe he'd trust you more if you sucked less.
The gods are punishing me with your presence.
If I was your punishment, you'd already be dead.
Why have the king sent you?
To make sure you and your shitty rat tail
I missed my new brother so much that when Archidamos sent me here,
don't get
jumped
murdered
at
to
the chance.
death.
Malaka. The wolf will end the
Second
war.
Malakah.
You, your help will bring nothing but misery.
You should thank the gods that I've come to help you.
The only reason you're still alive is that the writ you carry. You're not an ally, just a weapon.
Then put me to work.
You're not up to the challenge.
And you're an asshole.
me.
There are 4 Viodian champions fighting for the Athenians. Aristeos, Yanira.
But anyway, time to fight the 4 kings. I mean, the 4 mercenaries.
I'd like to see you try.
you could work this out. All right then. I'll find these champions and put
And
an
put
end to
and end.
I doubt it will be as easy as you think. But I'm relieved.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be super easy.
Orders.
The sooner I get this done, the sooner we take Viotia for Sparta.
Alright. So, luckily, all these dudes are marked on the map. So we're just gonna, you know, do big cheat and run and attack them. Yay! Murdering. The murdering couldn't possibly be happening over near where the smoke is happening, could it? That's crazy talk.
This is it.
Alright, Nasaya, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it big hard with my spear. Wait. This is sounding worse and worse.
There stalks the mighty hunter.
Hey, what's up? What? Why? Why'd the bear catch on fire? That was uncool. Okay, where are we going? Up north. Oops. Time to assassinate Dracon. Known enemy of cheerleaders everywhere. Potential doctor. Oops. Oh my god. This game continues to be very pretty. With this cool rock. Looks like an alligator or a hippo or something. Arr. Alright, hello, burned city. The misery den. Really? It's fine, I'll go this way. The one wall in the game you can't just straight up climb. You're free now.
There he is.
But he's having a sick party over here. Hello. Boy, you're really far away. This time I will actually call my horse. Horsey,
Come on.
let's go. No, excuse me. Phoebes. That's the planet that Metroid's from, I think. Samus. Planet the Metroid takes place on. There we go. There's the sentence structure I was looking for. I'm aware how bounties work. Thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. My horse is booking it. Pardon me. Oh no! Why would you do such a thing, you mean old wolf? Horsey, come back.
Off we go now.
That seemed like a bad scene that I just rode past. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How's the Assassin's Creed going?
We're just fighting these four whatevers for our good friend Stentor.
Did you still get punched in the face?
Yes.
See, Stentor's the worst.
Stentor is the worst. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Stentor's, some kind of super good person. Ow! Oh god. I got stabbed. That hurts. I really wish you could do the warp strike to people on horses.
Would you want to warp strike onto their horse?
I want to at least like warp strike like on the back of their horse and then stab them and then be able to warp strike to like someone else.
But I mean, ideally, would you then take control of their horse?
Probably.
The problem is, I feel like the warp strike is not literally supposed to be teleportation.
Oh no.
Hmm.
We're really far away from
From where you need to be.
From where we need to be. Oh well, we'll just do this one that's closer. I was gonna try to save that one for the end, but whatever. Because this should go somewhat differently. Do. Me. Later. Also, in case you forgot how bounties work, despite being, A on New Game Plus, and B, even if this wasn't New Game Plus, probably, 15 to 18 hours in at this point.
I had a lot of fun with the bounty system of, like, getting insanely high bounties, like, without noticing, and then checking who I had to kill to make it go away, and finding out it was, like, 5 people on different islands.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that your bounty increases like that, but it can be multiple different people paying into the same bounty. It's like someone put up a Kickstarter for your head.
Yeah.
It's like just multiple people crowdfunding an assassination.
I think there's a Black Mirror episode in there somewhere.
I think it was just Twitter killing people with bees. I think that's what happened.
That was the one that I was thinking of, was the one with the bees.
Killer Twitter bees.
Killer Twitter bees. Alright, time to find and assassinate Aristios. Once we get done swimming a very long distance. Really? There we go. Alright, hold on. Before we go and fight Aristios, let me get this viewpoint.
Also, just checking. Before I actually tuned in, I opened your stream for a minute and then went to eat. Were you making fucking Kim Possible jokes at the expense of a dude named Drakon?
No.
Alright, just checking.
Yes, I was doing that.
I just wanted to let you know that that was caught by someone.
Okay. Oh, hey, look who it is.
Cassandra, what are you doing here?
I came to kill him.
He wouldn't have been a challenge for you. But I'm glad our paths have crossed.
Hello. Where you been?
Never thought I'd see you. What have you been doing?
You made me realize that the guy is there is no way to go back and make
See, look, it's Redemption Dad.
This is the last place I expected to
No, keep trying to make it work.
Nope,
His cape is still clipping through the fur thing on his back.
it's fine. Don't
He's
worry
still
about
dressed exactly the same. He like went into exile, but didn't bother like changing outfits. He's just still wearing the same shit.
You came all this way to help Stentor.
it. Sick burns on Stentor.
It's about time I started protecting those I care about.
You're right.
It's also doubly weird because like the fur is only clipping in like some shots.
This is who I've always been. You just weren't there to see it.
Like here, it's fine,
To change that.
and then in the reverse shot,
Do something now for someone who needs me. There are things Stentor must hear to succeed.
I wish you'd helped me back in Sparta. But Stentor does need help.
in the reverse shot, that it's never going to show again.
Stentor is as much your family
There it
as
is.
mine. You can
Why is
say
it
you
fine in this shot but not in the reverse
hate
shot?
me, but I'm glad to have met him.
It's very weird.
In a way.
Goodbye, Cassandra of Sparta.
Bye, Dad. Thanks for killing that one person for me. Go hang out with Stentor.
If only there was a way to like play this out so that he goes back and helps Stentor, and then it's like, oh, you get back there, and it's like, all right, fine, happy reunion. Everyone grudgingly gets along, and then you stab your dad right in front of Stentor.
To be fair, so what happened the last time when I played this the first time, I was like, no, don't go hang out with Stentor. Stentor's lame. Hang out with me, Dad.
God, you're pathetic. Sorry, continue.
Wow, thanks. And he didn't show up at a certain point that he will now show up at, which did the opposite of what you said, basically.
Sorry, I just don't approve for begging for the approval and affection of a man who threw you off a cliff.
He didn't mean it.
It's like Kazuya if he was a bitch.
Heihachi didn't mean it.
Best thing that ever happened to that old man was getting punched in the heart and thrown into a volcano. Best thing he ever did for his children was die.
Wow. Now let's try and fight this other person again and not die miserably. Sad and alone.
What's wrong with dying miserably, sad, and alone?
It doesn't make for good internet television.
That's true. I don't know. Personally, I think that patricide makes for great internet television.
I mean, this isn't patricide, though. This is me going to kill someone else, and then the last time I tried this, I died.
I thought we were still talking about murdering your whole family. Sorry.
No, yeah. I realize that that's what you want to talk about, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Alright, fine.
Whee! Do. So, earlier today in a different chat room that I was in, the topic came up of the plot of Tom Clancy's The Division.
Uh-huh.
Boy,
How's that?
The Division 2 is hilarious.
Good hilarious or bad hilarious?
You know, kind of bad.
You won't be making trouble anymore.
Funny,
Describe kinda bad. Bless you.
but related. It's not very
Wait, was Division 1 the one with, like, virus money?
yes,
Okay.
with the
Somebody put the T-virus
So-
on $100 bills.
no, someone put the T-virus on money in New York during Black Friday. And
The Blackest Friday.
oh yeah, and then let's say the Division 2 is about finding a cure for the
For the
horrifying
horrible
T-virus
money
plague, which then leads to maybe the funniest, like, oh, by the way, thing that I've ever seen in a video game.
Uh-huh.
That I'm just going to say because if you care about the plot of The Division, then that's on you.
Yeah.
But it's like, apparently that game opens with, like, oh, there's a secret cure to the money plague under the Capitol building. Oh no, Air Force One crashed and the president is missing. And your crew of hot Tom Clancy military people is like, fuck that, let's go get the cure and fix things.
Uh-huh.
And then someone's like, oh, by the way, the president has the key to it. Key to the vault underneath the Capitol building. So you have to go and rescue the president while the president's like, oh, by the way, the thing that's under the Capitol building will cure all viral infections forever.
They fucking hid the panacea under the Capitol building?
Yes.
Wait, does that mean the fucking government really was responsible for all those horrible diseases, or at least for not curing them?
Apparently. Which is
Great.
maybe not the way you want that to go.
I mean, it just proves that the government could have cured all these diseases, but we're in the pocket of Big Pharma.
Also, the president is voiced by, like, the current cartoon voice of Lex Luthor, which makes that even funnier.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Lex Luthor became president once.
That's true. Comic books are dumb.
Sorry, random news headlines, I scroll through things. Sorry for the downer here.
Oh boy.
But, Virginia police say a woman shot herself in the face while handcuffed during a traffic stop.
That's talented.
Which is possible, but I'm skeptical. I just saw that headline, had to stop and do a double take on that.
Man sent to hospital with 2 black eyes and 5 broken ribs.
Oh, apparently
Police claim
while-
man was just playing Stop Hitting Yourself, but was actually hitting himself.
Alright, I'm trying... I was skeptical at first, but I reread this. Her hands were handcuffed behind her back.
Oh. That makes it so much
I've gone
better.
I've gone past skeptical. Also, apparently, according to their story, while she was handcuffed, their hands behind her back, she managed to get the gun out of her boyfriend's car, quote, contorted her body, and then put the gun in her mouth and shot herself. Also, one officer involved in the traffic stop was wearing a body camera, but it was knocked offline before the incident.
Oh. Convenient.
Yeah. I mean, incredibly inconvenient. If they had footage of this bizarre suicide, then they could exonerate themselves. It's actually incredibly very inconvenient for the cops.
Anyway, this is a special, one of like 2 special war scenes in the game, where the name of the game is less fighting these tiny no-name dudes, and eventually there's going to be like a whole bunch of named dudes, I think. Not in the way that I keep talking about, in a different way. Ring of Chaos is super fun in these big war scenes. That is all. Oh, hold on, let me kill the enemy battle pole mark. His name is Automaton.
That is an odd name. Okay.
Just makes me think he's like a transformer.
If only. Or like Rory from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
This weird plastic centurion. Granted, he was Roman, so that's like later.
This battle is still going.
Yeah, these take a while. Well, sometimes at least.
Here we go. I did it. I murdered many people.
Yay! We maybe should have found a better way to say that
Yeah,
today.
probably.
Good
It's
job,
also,
TP.
yeah. Also, just going to take a moment and say, if perhaps you out there are thinking, man, I should go and murder a bunch of people in the real life, don't. Don't.
It's a bad idea.
It's really not worth it.
Nobody will be happy about it.
Nobody will be happy about it. Least of all us, if you're like, oh, we did it because you told us to. Know that this video is where I'm drawing the line and saying, no, at no point will we ever say, go murder a bunch of people.
Us specifically. We can't vouch for Serve.
I will vouch for Serve and say, even if he says, no, drawing a line.
That's not really vouching for him. That's more putting a disclaimer over him.
Yeah, close enough.
Nothing Serve says is to be taken seriously.
Your job is done, mercenary. Now I will
Anyway, now Stentor is upset at me and is going to fight me.
be in Megaris.
Punch him in the dick.
Unfortunately, there is no... Well, I guess there is a punch button, but I don't think there's really a punch in the dick button.
Fucking no. Traitor.
I am not a traitor.
You betrayed Sparta. You betrayed your family. You killed my father and stole my chance at a normal life. You deserve nothing but the cold of my blade buried in your heart.
Anyway, here's a boss fight. Wild.
Kind of. I wouldn't call this a boss fight.
I seem to... Well, it's doubly not a boss fight given this.
Well, yeah,
but,
given this. But, like, he's a bitch. Like, he's
That's
just a
true.
normal enemy. He doesn't get, like, a cool boss health bar or anything. You
I
just
thought he
beat him
did.
up.
I thought he had the bar on the top of the
No.
screen.
I'm pretty sure he's just a normal dude. Like, from what I remember, it was just a straight-up normal fight. Just, you know, there were dudes around. I punched him a lot, knocked him unconscious, and then just kind of ran around in circles punching him for a while. And then I finally just went, this is getting boring, and stabbed him.
I don't understand how his fur can look fine from the front, but bad from the back.
Lead the armies of Sparta and be victorious.
Like, this is starting to throw me off really hard.
Had you never noticed before?
I hadn't. It seems like... Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird.
I will make
It's like Freddy got fingered over here. It's gonna make him
Ugh.
proud.
Why would you even... Don't even bring that up.
Why not, though?
Because it's dumb and gross
true.
and bad and
It's-
terrible
yeah.
movie. Everyone involved should have been burned.
Cassandra,
I haven't seen that movie, but I just watched the review. So
Oh,
that's
it's real
my...
bad.
Mother and I will deal with it.
I would go as far as to say it might be one of the worst movies ever made.
sounds like a
How can you say that when Dragon Ball Evolution exists?
I would probably rather watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Like, in fact, I could say I definitely would.
I strong disagree. Anyway, that whole scenario can play out one of three ways. You can play out that way, where everybody lives and is happy.
Centaur's never happy.
Well, it's true. Relatively happy. It can play out in a way where you have a big dumb fight, and then he's like, "Kill me!" And then you're like, "Nah, dog." And he's like, "Oh," and he becomes a mercenary actually, and joins the mercenary tree. Like becomes Stentor the Fallen, I think is his name, or something.
Edgy.
Yeah. Or you can just kill him. Just right then and there, just stab him.
Yeah. I prefer the stabbing.
We know that. This is not a surprise.
To be fair, I tried to kill him by kicking him off a cliff, but it didn't take.
That's true, and that was hilarious. Somewhere on your Twitter is a clip of you kicking him off the roof or off the cliff,
And it's amazing.
and then he just
That
shows back up.
That fight went as well as it possibly could have. And then he runs up and swings, and it's just like slow motion dodge into kick off cliff in like one smooth motion. And it's just like, oh well, yep, nope, done. That was amazing. But apparently cliffs in this game are the least fatal thing in the goddamn universe, so...
You know, you should have known that given the beginning of the game.
Yeah. If a 10-year-old and a literal infant can survive a fucking drop off the tallest cliff in Sparta, then some random cliff in Megaris isn't gonna do shit.
To an adult.
Or maybe he just already leveled up to the point where he doesn't take lethal fall damage.
Maybe.
What if that was the explanation for you and Alexios surviving, is that fall damage can't kill you? So it's just like, yeah, you got thrown off the cliff when you were a baby, but like you still have that perk, so
Do I look like I
just
need
nah,
training?
tough it out. Baby with
I
1
was
HP
sent
down
for
here at the bottom of the
Sparta
cliff, just like,
years ago
ugh.
upon crafting champion.
My apologies. I didn't realize you were here.
Anyway, welcome to this guy's name.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I don't exactly look the part.
If I may offer some advice before
Testicles can be
This
difficult.
can be difficult. A gift of oil is known to put a person on his good side.
Oil?
A muscle.
It's just so...
It imbues him with the power
On the
of
nose.
Look in the village of Gideon.
That's a word for it. I'd prefer not to say it that way.
Oh, you know, just...
This champion of yours, Twilly.
No.
I hope he lives up to your promise.
I'll say it that way because I have the balls to do it.
Camp on the southernmost island in Messenia. Good luck.
I should get that oil. Anything that will make it easier to get testicles to the Olympics.
Oh man, now I just have like clips from from farther in the future of this quest line, and I'm just losing it over here.
I see her.
Well, let's talk to this oil maker and get some oil for the testicles. Makes them nice and smooth and slippery.
See, I was really hoping that doing that whole oil subplot would change a thing later in the quest line, but it does not.
Very close. I need oil, then I'll be on my way. There's a special one that Testicles uses.
Ah, for Pancration fighters. That one has to be made fresh.
Is there a way to make this, like,
I'm
different?
not leaving without it.
I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
that's what I mean, is I
Oh.
was hoping that you could, but you cannot.
Yeah.
Yes, and in a good position.
I thought maybe things would play out differently if you arrived at the Olympics with testicles pre-lubed.
Don't worry. I won't get you into trouble. Time to get Testicles.
It's on an island, right? Yeah, okay. I gotta get on my boat and do some sailing. I gotta cross the wide open sea for the testicles. Doo doo.
I never thought I'd actually get to see the Olympics with a champion, no less.
Just 180 this boat around.
Everyone coming together peacefully in friendly competition rather than on a battlefield.
You'd think they'd just kill each other, like everywhere else.
That's the magic of the Olympics.
Sandra's like, I don't get the Olympics. People aren't just killing each other constantly. It's weird.
Which is funny, because there were actually quite a few deaths at the Olympics. I want to say there was a legend or something about Apollo killing a dragon at the Olympics one time.
I don't think, I feel like dragons would maybe have a unfair advantage in the long jump. Or perhaps the pole vault.
According to this, killing your opponent was not forbidden. Tree could only be taken away if the death was the consequence of an offense to the rules. As in the case of Cleomedes.
Did he murder
Killed his
someone?
opponent- Oh, hold on. He killed an opponent at Olympia by wounding him badly with a foul blow.
Please tell me that that's just he kicked him in the dick so hard he died.
I really wish, but it does not go into detail.
Oh,
Hold on. Let me see.
unfortunate.
Boxing was considered the most dangerous Olympic sport. The athletes do not wear soft boxing gloves as protection, but they wound hard straps of leather around their hands to make the punches even harder.
To be fair, like, the boxing gloves are less for protecting the other person and more
Yeah,
for
it's protecting
protecting
your
you.
hands. It's so you don't break your hands when you punch the other person super hard.
Hell.
Oof. Huh. So I found another account of someone named Erysian who died, Erysian or Erasian, who died wrestling at the Olympics in ancient times. It was his third time in the finals, and he was actually an Olympic victor twice
Yeah.
before. So yeah, his third time in the finals of the Olympics, his opponent got him in a fucking stranglehold. Does not describe the hold particularly well, but he was getting fucking choked out. He couldn't find a way out of it. And his trainer, according to the story, just yelled like, "Man, it'll be a rad funeral if you don't submit and just fucking die. Like, if you just die in the match, it'll be rad. We're gonna throw a great funeral." And the dude, the dude was apparently like, "I mean, that sounds cool, but also, what if I just escaped this hold like this?"
Oh no.
And it says that he used a temporary weakening of his opponent's hold to dislocate his foot with a kick of his right leg. To make it more effective, he cast his body to the left, and it actually caused his opponent to submit. The problem being that his opponent also did not let go of the stranglehold during this super hard twisting motion that he made, which caused him to break his own neck while he tapped the other guy out by breaking his ankle. So, yeah.
Jesus.
So he technically kind of won the match. Okay, yeah. Although he was dead, Arician and not his opponent was proclaimed victor because his opponent had submitted. So he did win the match. Because he made the other guy tap out when he killed himself to escape the hold.
It's making my neck hurt.
That's amazing!
I'm here to take you to the Olympics.
Anyway, here's Testicles. He's a little drunk.
A little.
Because he's Testicles.
Good. Let's set sail.
Oh no, can't possibly go now. Training, see? And I don't know if I'm up to going sailing on your boaty.
We sail to victory in Testicles.
For the record, in the old-timey Olympics wrestling, everything was permitted except for biting, gouging, or attacking the genitals.
To the Olympics!
Alright.
People need me!
So no kicking people in the dick.
No.
Unfortunate.
Better fucking win.
I need to not laugh quite so much before we get to the actual funny bit, because I'm just remembering it. There's no way it's going to be as funny as I remember it being,
It probably won't be, no.
but
I'm now reading this thing about the Olympic umpires.
I remember this being like,
It was pretty good.
yeah,
Apparently the Olympic umpires were also called stick bearers. Spoilers, if you fuck up during the Olympics, they beat you with a stick.
like I remember this being like almost, like not quite as good, but like just airplane-esque. Naked Gun-esque in its just editing and like the way this happens coming up.
There's a really good line from Cassandra during the events, I'll say that much.
Maximum speed!
Oh, what's this thing about ancient Olympian doping?
What? Say your prayers to Ares and eat your vitamins, kid. These muscles are all natural.
Real doping, like as it's known today, did not exist because no potions or medicines were prohibited from the ancient Olympics. You can take whatever the fuck you want. You want to fuck yourself up with some herb you found on an island somewhere? Do it,
Good.
motherfucker. Man, the ancient Olympics are so fucking cool. The only thing that was prohibited was black magic. You can't curse the other athletes. That's uncool.
So the 4 rules of ancient Olympic: no biting, no gouging, no dick kicks, and no black magic.
Yes. If you want to drink some crazy fucking brew you mixed up out of a bunch of herbs, do it. If you think it gives you an edge, fine. You want to take some fight. If you want to drop whatever the ancient equivalent of LSD is before this wrestling match, go for it, buddy. As long as it doesn't cause you to bite or gouge.
Or dick kick.
Yeah, or that.
Or black
dick
magic.
Bite, or dick gouge.
Ah!
All of these things you want to avoid.
I want to think about dick gouging.
Well, now you have to.
I know. I'm very unhappy about it.
Oh, God. Man, why the fuck was this not in the game?
Oh boy.
Hold on. Man, that is a missed opportunity. Apparently, Alcibiades competed in the Olympic in the fucking 4-horse chariot races during the Peloponnesian War. At the Olympics.
Wild. How'd he do?
Wait, apparently he had 7 chariots in the race. How the fuck does that work? He came in first, second, and fourth. I need to find out more about how this works to find out if this is some bullshit or not.
Maybe he just, like, owned the horses?
Maybe?
Because, like... I guess horse...
Ordered artists to paint and sculpture him. The only time it was no longer the habit. He asked Euripides to write a victory ode about him. He threw a giant party at Olympia. After the victory, he was caught up in a lawsuit about the winning team of horses. Because apparently he was supposed to be a mediator for a horse sale between the dude and another group of people who were interested in buying the horses. And instead he just kept the horses and then used them to win the Olympics.
Oh, good job, Alcibiades. Speak of the devil.
Oh, that guy is such an like, why wasn't that in here? That sounds great. And like, it's the right time because it was the middle of the Peloponnesian War when he did it. God damn it. What a missed opportunity. I was looking at the list of famous Olympic athletes, and the first one is Alcibiades. And it's just like, oh god. I was looking to see if there was anybody I recognized. Oh.
I don't appreciate being called Little Goat, Alcibiades.
We haven't come all this way to stand on the door.
Quite right. Should you ever need a personal sparring partner?
You? A skinny little Athenian? I'm the champion!
Sparta!
Sparta!
Woo!
Oh, a pity your brain isn't as big as your muscles.
Let's get going.
Also, for the record, apparently Alcibiades also explicitly did not participate in most of the other Olympic events, but was known for having multiple wrestling sparring matches with Socrates, of all people.
That gets mentioned in this game.
Yeah. Go figure.
Testicles likes to be oiled.
That's obvious.
I hear that about him.
That's my nose.
Come here. Gives us a
What if I don't? Oh no!
Surely he can swim.
I just want to get to the line from Cassandra.
I can't believe he's gone. Unprecedented.
And you want me to compete in the Olympics? Stepping into a dead man's testicles isn't even digested yet.
Yeah, see? Show them what you're made of. And show me while you're at it.
It's just the part where they're staring over the
Yeah.
water, and Cassandra just says, "Surely he can swim."
Yeah, and then the smash cut to shark.
Sharks plus blood in the water.
Event doesn't start just yet. We could Olympia at truce is extraordinary.
I also appreciate I'm stepping into a dead man's shoes and he's not even digested yet. This game is very silly. Anyway, welcome to the place where the Olympics happen. If you do crimes, people get very upset.
Yeah, don't commit. Why would you commit crimes at the Olympics?
It's a real bad move.
Did you do that while you were at the Olympics?
No.
It sounds like a lie.
What? I'm not a liar. Why would I lie about committing crimes? Also, I want to say I was reading a thing that, like, punishments are, like, 5 times as harsh as they normally would be in
That makes
this
sense.
region because of the Olympic truce. So, like, if you get caught stealing a thing, because normally when you steal a thing, it's, like, half a bar of bounty. And then here it's like, no, you got, like, 3 bounty hunters on you. And don't even, if you murder someone in vision of someone else, it's like just straight to 5 stars.
I mean, that makes sense. Nobody wants you to ruin the Olympics.
That's true.
It's a good time.
It's a party. It's a big party.
Now I'm just really bummed that there's no fucking... The thing isn't in here of help Alcibiades cheat super hard at the chariot races and then attend the big Olympic party in celebration of his victory.
Just gonna take a brief diversion to hit up this fast travel point. And also itch my ear super good.
I need to stay hidden.
Do. Alright. Oops. Where is my horse? It is.
Right.
How goes the,
I'm still reading about the Olympics and I'm trying to find out...
This is the city we could see from Mount Aino, Seeker.
Huh. There was a thing in here for one of the famous athletes where it was recorded that one of his victories was, quote, as he won several times, quote, without dust, which was considered very honorable. And I really needed to find out what without dust meant. And apparently it means that everyone else in the event just saw that you signed up and said, nah, we're out. Which to them was considered like, oh, that's really cool of you, that everyone else just backed down. Whereas to me, it sounds like a total bitch move, but you know, whatever. It'd be like if you signed up for a fighting game tournament and then you saw that you were up against Daigo and you were just like, nah, I quit.
Well, I think it's more like in like StarCraft or Dota or something where it's like, I'm not going to win this. I'm just gonna just stop wasting your time. Like,
I get that, but this is literally like before the fights even begin. Like, they write up the brackets and they're like, oh, this guy's in, then I quit. Like, not even having the match. Without dust literally means you never had to enter the pit. Because everyone else just quit before the match even happened. It's not like, oh, you got in there and they were like, oh, wait, no, I'm not going to win this. It's like, they saw you from across the room and were like, oh, I'm not going to win this.
Nope.
They saw you, like, the pre-show and were like, nah.
And here's the thing, it's like, hey, by the way, don't commit crimes in the Olympics, you dick.
Although apparently also, in the ancient Olympics, withdrawing beforehand was considered way better than competing and losing. Which also seems backwards. Like, it was more honorable to withdraw before the match than to try and lose.
Well, because then you're a loser, and if you leave beforehand, then you're like, oh.
You're just a quitter.
Yeah. but you can still be like, I could have taken him, but I'm saving it for next year.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading about this one Olympic athlete, the same guy who did the without dust wins. Let me just read this out here. Hold on.
I'm here for the Pancratium.
You must be joking. The only fight.
Funny enough, this particular athlete was linked in some way to Pythagoras.
Under the water. I mean, weather.
But
I'm the one.
some of the stories about him, like
Sorry.
his most famous story, I just want to point out, is that he could hold a pomegranate so firmly that no one could take it from him. But at the same time, he was so careful that it stayed undamaged.
I was about to say, like, that's actually somewhat impressive.
But so they built a statue of him at Olympia where he's just holding a pomegranate in his hand.
Sure.
There's also a story that he once carried a full-grown bull to the stadium and ate it in a single day.
He was
Which
very
is
hungry.
somewhat less believable.
Alcibiades is psyched! Also, I just want to take a moment and say that I really appreciate the line about Alcibiades, or about Testicles being under the water. I mean weather.
Damn it. There's also a story about his embarrassing death.
Oh no.
Hold on. I'm gonna click on this just to... Yep, okay, that's what that statue is of. Alright. Apparently, he saw a tree that had wedges inserted into it to split the tree. And he was like, oh, alright, I can do this with my bare hands. So he stuck his hands into the cracks in the tree. He was like, I'm just gonna split this fucking thing with my bare hands. But his hands got stuck and he couldn't split the tree. So while he was stuck to the tree, a bunch of wolves showed up and ate him.
Oh boy.
It's like, okay? That is an odd death story. But okay.
Anyway, pancration, not difficult. Appreciate that guy going, please no more, as I'm mid-combo.
That was your best?
That was but the beginning.
What?
Now that our contestant is warmed up, Let's see what she can do against Erastos.
A lot of these Olympic athletes and all these legendary stories about them have really embarrassing deaths, honestly. Because this guy had a bunch of stories about how he was super badass and, like, super strong, and was, like, taken after Hercules and killed the lion with his bare hands and shit like that. But the story of his death is that he was hanging out in a cave with some friends, and it started to collapse. So all of his friends ran out of the cave, and he stayed behind because he was like, no, I'm going to hold up the cave roof with my bare hands. And then he got crushed, and he died. Like, that's it. That's the story. Is he did a dumb thing and died because he thought he was superhuman. It just seems weird. You have all these other legendary stories about the dude, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then he did this really stupid thing and died like an idiot.
And then he was like, no, I'm not going to tap out. Watch this.
That's still great. To be fair, he won that match.
Yeah, no, but... Move over, Kurt Angle. You may have won a gold medal with a broken neck. That man won a gold medal dying to a broken neck.
He won the match dead. That's pretty impressive. He made the other guy tap out while dead.
You're even better at sparring than I am.
Oh no, Alcibiades isn't looking too good.
Though if Socrates were a more willing
Whoop.
Alcibiades, are you alright?
It's what you get for cheating at horses.
my friends Demophanes and Callias, respected Olympic judges no less.
Too much cheap wine?
You look like you drank from
I really like Cassandra trying to make a joke about, have you drank too much cheap wine, and Alcibiades just looks pissed.
If you've been poisoned, I need to find these judges.
Poison? Do you think that they could be true, or... Never. They're good men. You can't think one of them. They host a celebration every Olympics to celebrate the sacred truce.
Stay with him. I'll find out what happened.
It's an Olympic mystery.
Extend to me your olive branch, and I will take the grove.
Wait, hey, I think this guy's a cultist that just popped up. Perhaps. Also, he's like right here. I know normally I've been, outside of the brief jaunt to Mykonos, I've been not really fighting cultists, but
I was gonna say, funny enough, Callias here is actually on this list of ancient Olympian athletes.
wild.
Apparently he was in fact a historical politician, Olympic victor, and a political opponent of Pericles, which I guess makes him okay to slander as an evil cultist in this game.
Yeah. Because Pericles is a cool guy. He
I mean,
hosts,
he was a shit leader who died like a bitch, but sure,
he
whatever.
hosts parties and
I seem
doesn't
to
afraid
remember
of
that
anything.
when he died, Athens was a plague-infested hellhole where everyone was really unhappy. So hey, good job, Pericles.
It's not really his fault.
Apparently, I mean, let's hear him defend himself then. Anytime. I'm waiting. That's what I thought.
That's a fun tweet I just looked over and saw.
Oh.
Newly discovered snake can strike you with venom without even opening its mouth.
Fantastic.
That's great.
century of Olympia. The greatest athletes.
I don't know why it's popping up the thing of like, hey, you can hold a torch in the
Also, I like
middle of the day.
This one athlete, Theogenes, apparently he was really good at the Olympics, won a shit ton of victories, and was so proud of being an Olympic champion that he named his son Disolympios, which means double Olympic champion.
And how does Sun do?
I don't think his son was an athlete. He
Great.
just named him that because he's the son of an Olympic champion.
Truce is fragile enough.
Anyway, I'm just looting all these dead bodies. Don't mind me. Nope, nope, not this way. Nope. Don't climb the walls, Cassandra. There we go.
This food smells strange. But it's not rotten. This proves it.
Poison!
It must have been added to the food and wine.
Can't believe they would poison my friend Alcibiades like that.
Supply list for the celebration. And the merchant's name. Time to pay this Priam a visit.
Hey, merchant. Why you selling death?
I mean, it's good business.
And business is booming. Also just makes me think of, like, the first Iron Man. Which came up because there was a line in...
Slow. So they lose. Win a few drachmi.
My friend Alcibiades may already be dead.
Because it was something about, like,
The golden boy. I was there.
this superhero... Someone once told this superhero that some people call you the Da Vinci of our time.
A man there paid
At which point he responded, "That's ridiculous. I don't paint."
Whoever did this will pay. Go. And don't let me see your face again.
Yes. Thank you.
And I believe the follow-up line is, "They also call you a merchant of death." What I say about getting out of my sight? You're not getting out of my sight. Oh dear. Pardon me. Running away now. Percy, let's go.
Okay. Apparently there was an Olympic event called the Race in Armor,
Uh-huh.
which tell me what you think the Race in Armor is.
You don as, like, the full armor of a, legionnaire or whatever, and you run a foot race.
Okay, so what it actually was is you run the race with a helmet, greaves, and a shield, and you're completely naked otherwise.
Okay.
And then after a little while, they were like, actually, you don't need the greaves. And then a little while later, they're like, actually, you don't need the helmets. So at that point, you're just naked sprinting with a shield.
Okay.
Yep, that's the Race in Armor.
We're halfway there.
Oh no, hold on. I need to read about this because this seems like a bad. Oh, the Race in Armor was eventually combined with the Torch Race.
Oh, no.
So you're just running
Naked.
holding the Olympic torch.
And a shield.
I think they got rid of the shield at that point and just had the torch.
Oh.
okay. Sure.
Don't you just love the
The
Olympics?
Olympics were weird.
Right. We got this antidote. Let's head on back to Alcibiades.
Onward!
Also, I like that apparently the symbol, the hand motion for submitting in a wrestling match back in the ancient Olympics was in fact just pointing at the umpire.
You stop this now!
Point at the ref and just be like, yo, I'm done. Oh man, that sounds uncomfortable. Don't make the obvious joke here, but apparently all the wrestling was done in sand pits. The upright wrestling was practiced in the sand pit they used for the long jump, and the ground wrestling was practiced in wet sand. Which just sounds gross.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
God damn it! I said not to do it.
I know you said not to do it, and I tried really hard. I tried really hard not to make that joke, but it just came out. Much like testicles.
Also, apparently, whenever you oiled yourself, which was allowed, obviously.
Yeah.
So you oiled yourself up, but then you also had to sprinkle yourself with like dust so that they could still grab you, so that you were not just completely slippery the whole time. So they had rules that made sense. And during the wrestling, you were not allowed to strike your opponent because, hey, that's for boxing. Come on,
Hey.
be reasonable.
This is wrestling, not, karate.
Also, wow, fucking Olympic boxing was rough because there was no time limit. It just ends when the other person gives up.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
Here, I have the antidote.
Alcibiades, you're so poisoned that your hand is clipping into your shirt.
So yeah, the only rules for boxing were no holds.
Because that's for
It's not
wrestling.
wrestling. Come on,
Yeah.
don't be crazy. No punching in the dick. Explicitly says blows on the male organs, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And more than normal reinforcements on your boxing gloves.
So don't just wrap them to a
You can't
hilarious
just have
extent.
bits of metal stuck to your hand. That does not count. At a certain point, it becomes unfair.
Let's go.
Anyway, Alcibiades is feeling incredibly better incredibly quickly.
Oh, there were no weight categories in the ancient Olympics.
That, unfortunate.
There were age categories.
Okay. That's...
It was divided into boys and men.
Wow.
There were no rounds. There was an umpire who just had a stick. Would beat your ass if you started cheating.
If you punch someone in the dick, the stick
Literally
is going
because
at your dick.
Literally because all fights were naked.
I mean,
There
hey.
was no non-naked Olympic fighting. And yeah, apparently women were usually only allowed to compete in the horse races.
Your next opponent is Dorios.
Because it was like, well, all the other ones are like weird physical contests, and they kind of assumed that women just had a natural disadvantage at those. But horse racing, anybody can be great at, so it's like, yeah, fuck it, do it.
You ever faced an Olympic champion before?
I mean, in horse racing,
Anybody can bitch at a horse.
Let me in.
well, I was gonna say, without getting too, without
Huh?
getting too off in,
Uh-oh.
things.
I'm bad feeling about this.
In horse racing, you want to be smaller because you want to be lighter and more
Oh,
aerodynamic.
well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna look at the thing about the horse races though, because the thing about Alcibiades having like a shit ton of chariots is still odd to me.
Let's get this over with.
I think it's like,
We've seen our esteemed newcomer rise quickly.
Yeah, the owners did not participate in person, but a jockey drove in their place.
so he
The owners
just
were
owned a bunch of
proclaimed as the
horses. Yeah.
He just entered with like 7 different teams. He just had 7 people in the race simultaneously to hedge his bets on winning the event. It's just really fucked up, but whatever. It's apparently allowed.
If you're rich and can do it, like, why not?
Okay, wait. So apparently, because the owner of the horses is who counts as the winner, it says that women, children, and even cities became Olympic victors. You could crowdfund a team of horses and have your city win the Olympics.
I mean, hey,
Yeah. There were 3 different events: the 4-horse chariot, the 2-horse chariot, and horse with rider.
rider meet horse, horse meet rider.
The races took place in the Hippodrome.
We passed the hippodrome earlier.
There were no seats for spectators.
Sad.
You had to watch from the hills around the Hippodrome. Which honestly sounds kind of rad.
But there can only be one winner. Sparta! Yours is eternal glory.
Anyway, hey, I won the Olympics. Check me out. It's me.
Oh, weird. They had a super complicated starting mechanism for the races. It involved, like, ropes tied to a bronze dolphin. Apparently it was to make sure that horses on the outside of the track got going first.
Oh, whoops. That's not the right
So
button.
that horses on the inside of the track, even though they were in a better position for the turn, were not at top speed yet. So, kind of keep things balanced and even. It's honestly pretty fucking complex from this diagram they have of it. Oh, that was a fun dive into the Olympics. Alright, but I need to go look at something else about the Olympics.
Now it's time to go hang out with Mom and Brasidas in a region. Arcadia. That I don't have any nearby fast travel points to, which is a real bummer.
Oh god, History Channel Y.
watching a History Channel thing about the...
I clicked on a History Channel website link without realizing it was a History Channel website link, and then it started throwing ads at me.
Alright. Let's go hang out. I'm gonna be super honest, like, this section of the game, up until, like, let's say killing one of the specific cultists, I don't remember, like, at all. Up to killing maybe one of the more obvious cultists in the game.
Would you say maybe the most obvious cultist?
Perhaps. I mean, outside of, like, you know, Deimos. Because he's pretty obviously a
Well,
cultist, but...
The most obvious that they don't flat out tell you.
Until, yeah.
Until they just tell you.
Yeah.
But the whole time you're like, oh, come on, I know who it's going to be.
Who could it be? Wait, does it...
I don't know. Who could be in charge of the Athenian side of the cult that's involved in Athenian politics? I wonder.
I don't have the thing
Huh.
yet. I don't have the little clue yet that the Delian League guy is involved in Athenian politics. Nope. Section is this Midas dude in? There he is, Eyes of Cosmos. Right, okay. I'd say we'd leave him alone for the time being, but he did just kind of pop up on the screen, so we're just gonna, you know, pop over here and go... Where is he? I thought he was, like, right here. Clearly he is not. Oh, wait. Aha! Hello, sir. Pardon me. I like that the
Huh. Mm-hmm.
the thing for the Eyes of the Cosmos, the spying group of the cult of the Cosmos is the sage, or the sage is a spy, or the cult. Like,
Go fucking figure.
some of these tips are like, oh, I couldn't have figured that one out on my own.
Oh, hey, TFP.
Yeah,
You remember the Oracle at Delphi? What's working with the cult?
yeah.
You remember her other name they refer to her as?
Pythia or whatever.
Yeah. Do you know where that name comes from?
Uh-oh. Does it come from the name of a snake or something?
It comes from the name Python. which is the name of fucking serpent that Apollo killed, which is what started the Pythian Games.
You
It's
know,
Python.
it's not a snake cult, though.
You motherfucker.
What part of them talks about snakes? It's the cult of the cosmos, not the cult of the snakes. Look, man. I
don't know how you missed it. Like, how? How did you possibly miss it? I don't understand.
The answer is probably I went, oh, that's a cool looking giant snake. And didn't think more of it past that. 'Cause to be fair, it's a really cool looking giant snake in their sick cult hideout. Have you seen that giant snake?
Yes, I did. Have you?
I mean, I
Or
looked
did
at
you
it.
somehow miss it?
I mean, I saw it and then was like, oh, that's cool. And then didn't think about it again. I mean, you know, everybody makes mistakes, make me mad.
Uh-huh.
Mater told me to meet her at the statue of Artemis in the cedar.
Oh, right. This is the part where, as soon as you enter this area, bounty hunters are very upset at you. So if you ever want to, you know, climb the mercenary tree, this is the part of the game to do it. Because I think, like, you just kind of default to around 3 or 4 stars. 3 or 4 mercenary helmets. And by 3 or 4, I mean 3 3/4.
It's always nice when it turns out your bounty is just like one dude somewhere that you can go off. But it usually ends up being like the ruler of a whole region.
Yeah. Alright, this is another one of the time where however you say that dude's name. That guy.
Brasidius?
There's only one eye.
Brasidius.
There's only one eye.
Who are you?
But there's one where he gives a course of action and Marine gives a course of action and his sucks and Marine's is good.
What does he have?
And then Brasidas is all like, oh, I hate...
Well, yeah, because his is like, you should go save this guy's family. And then hers is like, nah, kill this fucker.
I'm just a
See, I don't see why you don't get along with Cassandra's mom more, because she's way down for murdering.
I mean, I went with the murder plan.
Where is Brasidas?
What eagle?
Speak with him.
As Icaros just shows up.
And the woman, you'd like to speak with her too, yes?
Wait,
She looks like you.
tell me where they went.
I should. It's what Brasidas paid me for, after all.
Then why don't you?
He didn't pay enough.
Oh no, that guy turned evil. I, for one, am shocked. I mentioned how much I really enjoy the mechanic of well-timed dodges causing slowdown.
I mean, it's a good mechanic.
Where they are.
Yeah.
Or I'll cut
Lots of good games have that mechanic.
Shit-eating face.
He said you had a nasty temper.
me where my mother is, or I'll shove my spear so far down your throat.
That's
you'll be shitting
graphic.
iron at the gates of Hades.
Please, show mercy.
Speak!
They're on a hill, a cliff overlooking the gale.
Brasidas didn't pay you enough? Who did? Tell me, or I'll wrap your guts around your neck and hang you from that tree.
The Archon. His bane.
Continues to be graphic.
Brasidas could have fought in 2 lifetimes.
Tell me who the Archon is. I want a name.
La Roche.
He who controls the spice controls the world.
And he's the most powerful man in Arcadia. He who controls the grain controls the world.
You threatened the wrong people, Malaka.
I think this is the third Malaka of the stream.
Threaten. I promise. That bounty on you is paid.
I really like that they give you the opportunity to just off that guy. Because that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
And he deserves it. Also, I believe his sword is actually really good early on. And by early on, I mean like in not New Game Plus.
I don't remember what his sword is. Speaking of which, I don't think I've asked which weapons you're actually using.
Just a random dagger and spear, I think.
Okay. You didn't find any particular, like, legendary ones that you liked?
Not really.
I was a big fan of those daggers that are just always poisoned.
Those are good, but I found those to... Like, because you get those if you're, like, mainlining the cult stuff in regular New Game, like, those fall off real quick.
Yeah, but you can always just upgrade them to your level.
Yeah, but that's expensive.
Yeah, but you've got a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
and
but...
you get discounts on that as you kill mercenaries, so...
Yeah, but it's effort.
Anything, like, when I got to level 50, I just went through and found all the stuff that I liked, and then went and raised it all to my current level. I was like, I'm gonna go grab all the legendary stuff that I actually liked wearing, and then I'm gonna go make it all maxed. And then they raised the level cap, and I was like, man, fuck off.
I think my my armor is the stuff you get from the seafaring side of the cult.
Oh, right. The pirate stuff.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Because its set bonus is plus 50% damage with assassin abilities, and
that's the thing you're into.
That's the thing I'm into, considering my warp strike and my sick. What if I just did all my assassin damage to your face? Is assassin moves. And I believe it also boosts the damage of the critical assassinate, which then can also itself critical. Which means that can do a whole lot of damage. Hey, what's going on?
Thank the gods you found us.
I got your message. I killed the messenger. He betrayed you, Brasidas.
I shot the messenger.
He told me about. They knew you were coming and must have forced La Roche to place the bounty on your heads. Trusting anyone in Arcadia will be difficult now.
Which is why I say we put that Archon's head on a pike. Our message to the Puppet King in Sparta will be...
Oh yeah, I like Marine's plan, because it's like... Because you get to say violence is the answer.
I'm sure he has soldiers everywhere in Arcadia.
Dario Cueto would be proud.
And deal with it like you dealt with the manga? Why
know you wanted me to kill him in private, but at the time, it was the right choice.
Whatever happens, we need Lagos alive. Arcadia is Sparta's breadbasket, and Lagos keeps it full.
That man is working for the cult of Cosmos, not Sparta.
Then we need to free him from their grasp.
What makes you think he wants to leave?
Bounties
I will
are
free
fresh,
him
Lagos' stuff.
with my
He's a
spear
farmer, not a
in
killer.
his face.
What do you think we should do?
I still say we send the Archon to Hades. Upsetting Sparta's breadbasket will send the false king searching for Columbus. The Archon is no longer the man you knew. The cult has him now.
Looks like I came just in time.
You certainly did. But it's time to make a decision.
Guess whose plan I'm going with? My
mother's
mom.
best.
Ah, my lad. United in blood and purpose.
You're letting your impulses
I mean, it's a pretty good
overcome
plan.
your reason. Thousands of Spartans depend on Lagos for food and protection. His death would bring chaos.
Brasidas, your plans always suck.
There's a farmhouse northeast of Tegea where he has a safe house. Meet me there before you do anything you'll regret.
And what if Brasidas' plan doesn't work?
The Archon hides like a coward in Fort Samikon. You can't miss that monstrosity. You could go after him now, but be careful. He's well defended.
Then we must weaken his defenses.
He's got barracks full of guards and silos full of grain.
Alright, this is the section of the game where I learned how to throw the torch.
Really? Here?
See what
Yeah.
Lagos is up to.
Good
Jesus.
luck, my lad.
You don't understand. This isn't just about fire and wind. This is personal.
Because I don't think like really throwing torches ever came up in a past thing, but there's either a main mission or a side mission in this where you have to destroy grain silos. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And then I looked it up and it was like, oh. But we'll probably kill these garrisons and call
Call
that
it.
a stream. It's been about 2 hours.
It's been a little over 2 hours.
My OBS says I've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes, but there's a little bit of preload to that.
Hmm.
Also, the Temple of Kor, or Kore, or however you say that, just makes me think of that weird Wii game that they did a quick look of that came out super late. It was called The Core Gang.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Use Jeff Ryan joints. Featuring a really good boss fight and a really good after boss fight cutscene is what I remember out of that. Oh, hello. Oh, Jesus. Stop that.
The barracks are clear, but Lagos still has guards at the camp and the fort. Both are in Smuggler's Forest.
One down, two to go. Oh, leave me alone. I just wanted to cut through here. Why are you so mad about someone, you know, just running along?
They took trespassing very seriously back in the day.
Stand your ground laws in ancient Greece are a little out of control.
Oof.
Athena Polias. Athena Polias just makes me think of Persona 3. Even though that's Palace Athena, but, you know, whatever. Close enough.
Forever ago, I looked up what the palace part of Palace Athena was about. I can't remember. Time to do it again.
I can't even remember whose Persona that is. It's Mitsuru, right? Or is it Igus?
I want to say that's Mitsuru. I could be wrong. It could be Igus.
It's
It would
one of
probably
the
make
two.
more sense for it to be Igus, but... Yeah, she has Athena.
I guess.
This looks like the camp. I have to send some guards.
You just said she has Athena and didn't specify which one.
Igus.
Okay.
I should stay hidden so I can try to fight.
I appreciate these Spartans just fighting a lion for some reason. Oh, hey, that guy had a bounty on me. Dick. Whoop. Didn't mean to call up my eagle friend.
Takes care of the camp and the barracks. My last target is the fort, which is also in Smuggler's Forest.
Hello, bounty hunter. me just combo you to death. I hope. Whoops. Alright. Pleiades the Irritable is a good name. One last combat arena.
Fort at last. Should find a quiet way in.
There are a lot of people in this fort. Also, somehow I can't climb these rocks, and I don't understand how I can't. There we go. Time to be super sneaky. Which, as we know, is one of my strong suits. Also, I joked, but like this is actually going super well. I can't wait for it to just all go to crap now that I've said that. But
That is generally how these things
as of
go.
right now,
But I mean, also, this has been a pretty easy run through the game, not gonna lie.
yeah.
Also, it's New Game Plus, and also the scaling is turned down, but
Tension.
you've not had, like, a horribly embarrassing death or anything. Been going pretty smoothly, you're making progress, doing your thing.
Also, I'm more amazed that I haven't caused a big fight and have aggroed like everyone in the area yet. Like I've actually managed to keep this somewhat stealthy. This may be the stealthiest I've been in every Assassin's Creed stream. And there are only 3 dudes left. Well, now we have started the big fight. Admittedly, we've started the big fight with 2 people left. So it's not really a big fight. It's just,
More of a scuffle.
yeah. And also, I don't think I've even aggroed the second guy. Somehow. Oh, no, okay. Oh, no, I somehow didn't. There we go.
Mater said Lagos is hiding in Fort Samico.
Alright.
Let's go pay him a little visit.
I did it super good, and here's a mercenary. Goodbye, mercenary. Anyway, that'll do it for this Assassin's Creed Odyssey stream. I almost said Syndicate again. I don't know why I keep saying
I
Syndicate.
don't know. It's weird.
Oh, speaking of
that game
Syndicate,
was way
actually,
worse. Uh-huh.
did you hear that apparently they may have used DNA evidence to actually find Jack the Ripper?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
They may have used DNA evidence to actually find Jack the Ripper.
Oh, cool.
He was some
Was it
barber.
one of the popular theories, or?
It was apparently someone who was a big suspect at the time. It was some barber.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that happens. I saw I
Alright.
saw a news story about that today. But anyway, that'll do it for this time. Join us next time when we play more Odyssey. We're actually really
good.
close to the end of this game, surprisingly.
Well,
Well,
to
we're
an end of this game.
We're close to the first end of this game. There are 3 endings. Spoilers. Anyway, join us next time when we get more close to the end of this section. That's all I can say. Where's the YouTube thing? There it is. Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.